Hey guys, it's Stacy here from Star Stuff Travel. Thank you for tuning in to another week of Travel Talk Live. Today I'm so excited for the subject we're going to talk today about is Las Vegas post-COVID. So this week we were lucky enough to enjoy a stay at the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas, which is one of our favorite hotels in Vegas. So I'm going to go over everything that we did while we were there, how the casinos are, keeping up with their safety precautions and their health precautions. We left from Newark, New Jersey, and I was very happy to see that there were many people there. I really assumed going into Newark that there were not going to be a lot of people traveling from our area, and pleasantly surprised, the airport was just as crowded as it was 6 or 7 months ago. So that was nice. And we flew United, as I said, who did a phenomenal job with keeping their safety and health precautions on board. You did not receive meals or snacks. They actually handed you a water and a snack like pretzels or cookies in a little plastic baggie that was already taken care of, so there was no physical touching between the flight attendant and the guest on the aircraft. So we were very happy with them. Flying home, we flew first class and we did have a meal, and the meals, the dinner meals that we had were all prepared individually, and every single portion of what they gave us was completely wrapped, again, to keep it where there was no physical contamination between the airline attendant and ourselves. So when we got into Las Vegas, we took a taxi from the airport to the Cosmopolitan, and the taxi driver had told us that we were his second round of transfers for that morning, which is sad because we got in around 11 o'clock in the morning and they would be pretty busy right now. So it was a little, sad to know that there aren't as many people, but when we did get there, there were a ton of people in the hotel, there were a ton of people on the Strip. So there are a lot of people visiting Vegas right now. And the casinos that are open are really handling what they're doing just phenomenal. So as far as the Cosmopolitan, they have some really great ways that they're making sure that their guests are safe while gambling. So if you're a slot machine player, they would have a couple machines without a seat, so you knew not to sit down next to someone that's not in your party. And I have to say, anytime someone got up, they were wiping that machine down every single time. They were very strict about wearing the mask. They were telling people that were smoking that in between puffs of their cigarette, they had to put their mask up. So they are really taking this very, very, very serious and doing, what they're supposed to about the masks and cleaning. We went over to the Bellagio, and the Bellagio actually even has a hand washing station in different parts of the casino. So you can actually go right up and wash your hands, and they even had a holder of all different cloth masks that if you didn't have one, you could actually get one while you were there. So really doing a phenomenal job. And there are some casinos that are still closed, sadly. Park MGM and Nomad, Planet Hollywood, the Cromwell, Tropicana, and the Mirage was still closed while we were there, but from what I was told, it is supposed to open in less than 2 weeks. If you are familiar with Vegas, or if you're not familiar with Vegas, a big draw to coming to Vegas are the shows that they have. Phenomenal shows, so much fun. Every night you could go to a different show, even if you were there for weeks and not really get to see everything. So it was a little bit different for us because, you don't want to just go to Vegas and gamble all day and all night. Maybe you do, but for us, we like to actually do some other activities. So it was a little bit different for us, and the things that we had to kind of plan to do, which there are still things that you can do while you're there. For us, we did the Avengers Station at Treasure Island, which is great for a Marvel fan, an Avenger fan. Really neat props that they have. Just a really great time. You can bring your family there. We also did the Mob Museum, which we had not done before, which was a lot of fun because after you go through the museum and you see all the artifacts and the exhibits, depending on the type of ticket that you have for the admission, there were some other experiences we were allowed to select, and one of them was a moonshine and whiskey distillery tour and tasting. So that was something that I had never done before while I was out in Vegas, which was a lot of fun. And we also went to Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. And that museum, it's the second time that I've been there. I am not a huge fan of the afterlife. That stuff freaks me out. So it was just as scary as the first time I was there, but I was going with my husband versus when I went with my daughter. So I did want my husband to get to experience that because he is a fan of the show. So if you're a fan of, Ghost Adventures, which is on Travel Channel, it's a fun museum. You can spend a couple hours there. There's some crazy stuff that they have. The actual house that the museum is in holds a lot of history. Not great history, scary history. So it makes it that much more of the scared effect. We also had some great dining experiences, which we always do when we're in Vegas. One of our favorites was the Eiffel Tower restaurant at Paris Hotel and Casino. We were supposed to travel in Vegas in April, and it was our 24th wedding anniversary as well as my birthday. So we did have to reschedule, and they were so sweet. They sat us at the front of the Eiffel Tower where the windows are, right in front of the Bellagio fountain. So we were able to have this spectacular view while we were eating. And at the end of the meal, they brought us out really great desserts that said happy birthday, happy anniversary. So it was really, really a cool thing they did. We've had tons of other dining experiences by award-winning chefs, which is, you can never eat enough while you're in Vegas. They're very well known for their food. We also stopped at the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens area. It's got about 14,000 square feet of a showcase of a garden of flowers, plants, and trees, and it changes seasonally, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. This year they had a Hello Kitty with thousands and thousands and thousands of roses that created the actual formation of Hello Kitty, and just absolutely breathtaking. So that's a lot of fun, and that's another free thing to do while you're there. There's a couple really great little things that you can do without spending money on a normal time, pre-COVID. Right now we're just waiting for more things to open. As I said, the shows are closed. However, when I was on some of the sites of the shows or on Ticketmaster, I was seeing some of the shows selling tickets starting September 1st. So that is so awesome to me that, September 1st is right around the corner. And if they're going to be able to start opening up shows, it's going to really bring us back to what we were, used to Vegas being like. We had 3 great pools at our hotel at Cosmopolitan. One overlooks the Strip. and it's just beautiful. And at night they have dive-in movies. One day they had Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So another great fun thing to do while you're there is, do the pools. Most of the resorts have amazing pools in Vegas. Lots of families were there, believe it or not. Families are, really welcomed in Vegas. And if you haven't been there before, it can be very stereotypical when you think of Vegas. But there are a lot of things that, your kids and you can do together in Vegas, especially once the shows start. Victoria Redwine, our agent from Star Stuff Travel, says shows opening will be huge for Vegas tourism, which is so true. People are struggling everywhere in the industry right now. We had a Lyft driver that was a former employee of Park MGM, and he was telling me that he was doing, the Lyft for now because they're not even sure they're going to be open anytime soon at Park MGM. But he was so thankful to see us, and he was saying how thankful he was to see the Vegas Strip crowded with people again. And as I've said before on the show, traveling right now is not for everyone, and we totally respect that, but we report what we're learning about traveling post-COVID for those clients that are looking to travel, because there are still clients out there. Everyone has their own opinion and what they're going to do when the time is right for them, but we just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on in today's world in these different places. I was really happy that we had gone. I felt super safe the whole time we were there, from the time we left the airport to the time we got there until the time we got back. United was awesome, like I said. Vegas is doing an amazing job. And if you're looking for even just a quick getaway, you need to just go away for a couple days, Vegas is great for that. You don't need a ton of time there. So definitely reach out to a Star Stuff Travel planner, either via Facebook at Star Stuff Travel, either by email at info@starstufftravel, or please call us at 1-800-314-0624. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I'm so excited to have been able to talk to you about Vegas because it is definitely one of my favorite destinations, and it felt really good to be able to be back. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Take care.